For decades, the world believed the global economic order was settled. The rules were written. The winners were known. The institutions were trusted. The United States printed the world's money. Europe set the standards. Global trade flowed through familiar routes, and developing nations were told to follow slowly, carefully, obediently. But what if that order is no longer in control? What if the most important economic shift of our lifetime is happening quietly, without wars, without headlines, and without permission? No announcement was made. No treaty was signed. Yet something fundamental has changed. New alliances are forming. New currencies are being tested. New technologies are bypassing old gatekeepers, and power is slowly moving away from the institutions that once ruled the global economy. In this Kiyo documentary, we explore a question few are asking openly, but everyone is feeling: is a new economic world order emerging? Stay till the end, because this is not just about governments and billion-dollar deals. It's about where jobs will exist, which countries will rise, and whether the system you depend on will still protect you tomorrow. After World War II, the global economy was redesigned from scratch. The United States emerged as the dominant power, not just militarily, but financially. Institutions like the IMF, World Bank, and later the WTO were created to stabilize the world economy. The US dollar became the global reserve currency. Oil, trade, debt, and development were all priced through this system. For decades, this order worked at least on the surface. Developed nations grew rich. Global trade expanded. Multinational corporations spread across continents. But this system had an unspoken rule. Control flowed from the top down. Developing countries borrowed, advanced economies decided, and global institutions enforced discipline. Over time, the flaws became impossible to ignore. Financial crises kept repeating from Latin America to Asia, from 2008 to the pandemic era. Developing countries found themselves trapped in debt cycles. A single interest rate decision in Washington could shake entire economies. Then came sanctions. For the first time, access to global finance was openly used as a weapon. Banking systems were frozen, reserves were blocked, trade routes were disrupted overnight. What many countries realized was unsettling. The global system was not neutral. It was conditional. And if you didn't control the system, you were vulnerable to it. Slowly, quietly, alternatives began to emerge. China invested in infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Not through lectures, but through roads, ports, and railways. Regional trade agreements bypassed traditional powers. South-South trade expanded. Local currencies were tested for cross-border transactions. The world started moving away from a single economic center toward multiple centers of influence. This was not a revolution. It was a rebirth in the old world order. Power came from natural resources, military strength, industrial capacity in the new world. Power increasingly comes from data, technology, digital infrastructure. Control over platforms. Countries that once lagged behind suddenly had a shortcut. They didn't need decades of industrialization. They needed connectivity, talent, and code. Digital payments replaced traditional banking. Online services bypassed physical infrastructure. AI began optimizing decisions once made by institutions. Perhaps the most sensitive shift is happening in money itself. Central banks are experimenting with digital currencies. Cross-border payments are being redesigned. Some countries are trading energy and commodities outside the dollar system. This doesn't mean the dollar is collapsing, but it does mean its monopoly is being questioned, and when trust in a single currency weakens even slightly, the global balance shifts. History shows us one truth. Every major economic order ends when its money loses unquestioned confidence. Emerging economies are no longer passive participants. They are major growth drivers, innovation hubs, manufacturing centers, consumer markets. Countries once labeled developing now influence global demand, labor flows, and capital markets. They are not asking for permission anymore. They are negotiating. This is not about replacing one superpower with another. It's about redistributing leverage. One of the most striking features of the new economic order is the rise of corporate power. Some companies control more data than governments. Some platforms influence public opinion across borders. Some corporations can shift capital faster than states can react. The new order is not just geopolitical, it is corporate, digital, and decentralized. This blurs the line between public power and private influence. Every transition creates uncertainty. Old rules no longer apply. New rules are not yet written. Markets react sharply. Supply chains fragment. Geopolitical tensions rise, not because of ideology, but economics. The world is not collapsing. It is restructuring. And restructuring is always uncomfortable. Those who adapt early benefit. Countries investing in education and technology, businesses building flexible systems. Workers learning future-proof skills. Those who resist change face decline. Economies tied to outdated models, institutions unwilling to reform, individuals dependent on disappearing structures. The new order doesn't reward size alone. It rewards adaptability. This shift is not abstract. It affects job security, inflation, currency value, cost of living, career relevance. The question is not whether the new economic order will arrive. It already has. The real question is, will you understand it before it reshapes your life? History rarely announces itself. Major economic shifts don't begin with explosions. They begin with small decisions repeated quietly across the world. A payment system here, a trade deal there, a technological leap elsewhere. And then one day, people look back and realize the world changed without asking. This is not the end of the old order, but it is no longer alone. A new economic world order is emerging not through force, but through evolution. This is Kiyo Documentary, and this was the story of the quiet shift shaping the future of global power.